progression completely apart, and now he can just get the 3 MKB proc chance with the Bloodthorn. I think it's really good, so I dig it.
You dig it. I dig it too. All right, we're finally into the game. So to recap, before we inevitably have everyone dropping out. Okay, good, good. Everyone's still here. Heroes we'd like to see: Sven, Nature's Prophet, Medusa. Of course, Alchemist being banned out. Mirana probably going to get banned out by not today, because that's what was banned out last game. We talked about the Lion, potentially Beastmaster as well. Pretty standard
So
stuff.
it looks like Elite was also like to play a little bit of Winter Wyvern, right?
Yeah, I have issue with Winter Wyvern as a hero, though. I'm not totally sure. Usually it's not a great pick, in my opinion. But it could work, especially if you're up against something like a Legion Commander or someone who does a whole lot of physical damage, because that's when Cold Embrace really starts to make a difference. And the push is not all that bad either. But everything about the hero just, it doesn't seem to accomplish anything
I feel
as
like
well as other heroes.
the change of the ultimate really hurt him a lot,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that you can't damage the enemies at all. I think that was just a little bit too much.
Too harsh, I agree. But, hey,
What
I
do you
mean,
think about the new Aghanim Scepter, though? Did you ever try it out?
on who? The
On the
Wyvern?
Winter Wyvern?
I
You,
didn't know they changed it.
you can now get a permanent Arctic burn with
Oh!
the
Yeah, yeah. See,
Aghanim
whenever I
Scepter.
hear an Aghanim Scepter upgrade, I think, oh, what do they change to the ultimate? And then I remember that ultimate upgrade no longer changes ultimates anymore. It changes anything, and it gets confusing sometimes. But yeah, the permanent, it's not good. It's not good. I don't think it's ever worth it.
Okay.
Like,
Damn.
it doesn't do anything for a support Winter Wyvern. Maybe if it was a core Wyvern, it'd work out. But yeah, what I no, no.
All right.
With
So
an
you're not
alchemist,
taking it.
yes, but not ever buy it.
The same thing with a side gunner, right? Don't ever buy Aghanim Scepter on Gyrocopter. When you
Oh
get
no,
an
always buy
Aghanim
Aghanim
Scepter
Scepter
pulled
on
by
Gyrocopter.
no.
Dude, side gunner wins games.
Only when you get pulled by an alchemist.
Oh hey, look, it's the balanced Firebird. All
So
right.
we're gonna have some lasers flying
Oh yeah,
around.
I'm surprised this didn't get picked up in the last game actually, but what a hero to have right now. I mean, Slardar Phoenix, this is going to be really tough because everyone's going to go ahead and try to crowd around the egg to bring it down, and Slardar can just go in and stomp everyone to death. And then they die because of the egg, and then they die because of the Sunray. So now Elite Wolves, like, I think they most definitely should pick up something like a Skywrath Mage here. It's such a good hero to have against the Phoenix. Any Silence, really. Maybe even the Ricky would be great to have against the Phoenix. But something
Not a troll
to
warlord
stop the egg.
to just get the battle cry and right click the X super fast.
Yeah, but then you've got a Troll Warlord on your team.
Yeah, I guess that's a problem. Maybe just a core that likes to right click really fast. Maybe even a Juggernaut, you know? You can just blade through when you were hit by the Fire Spirit, so you don't get the attack speed slow. While
Yeah.
you hit the egg, you can't get stunned up with a crush.
Yeah, Juggernaut could be a very good comfort pick here, and it does have that good synergy or that good counter synergy to the Phoenix Supernova. So I could see it being a decent pick here, but I wouldn't. I'm not sure I like the Death Prophet. I feel like there's way too much to burst her down in a short amount of time. Of course, there isn't a Beastmaster, but having the Slardar, the amplified damage, that DP is going to go down very quickly.
Yeah, Elite Wolf's gonna need some sort of frontliner for them as well that can just soak up a lot of damage, allow Death Prophet to do stuff. Maybe a Faceless Void, you know, go in, get the Chrono out, get the Exorcism going.
Yeah, I think a Faceless could be very good here. I mean, it's great against the Phoenix, too. Having the Faceless, maybe grab yourself a Witch Doctor as a secondary support as well. Like, that could be a fantastic lineup for Elite Wolves to have. In fact, Yeah, that might be very well what they're planning on doing here. They'll get rid of the Life Stealer just because Life Stealer Doom from were two very, very good players in the last game. But for the moment, yeah, I
Yeah, just
definitely think.
Lifestealer is a really strong pick overall. Yeah, the Feast just really shreds through any sort of high HP heroes. That means when you want to pick up some strength heroes, just ban out the Lifestealer, else the life's gonna be really hard.
Even intelligence heroes too, because a lot of the times, like Death Prophet especially, might be getting raw HP because they don't build strength items. They build things like Point Booster and Vitalities and Bloodstones and Octarines, and that gives a lot of HP with none of the armor. So Death Prophet will get shredded by Feast at that point.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that as well. So the thing is, where do Elite Wolves now want to command? Like, I don't really would like to see them picking up their second support now, because the second support is just always, or pretty much all of the time, something that you use to counter the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they either have to pick their carry or their offlaner, and yeah, that will reveal their strat. And yeah, they're digging pretty much into their surf time. I mean, wait, that was a disconnect, but just from Masuku, he's not drafting.
Thank God.
Right.
All right, so they ban out the Witch Doctor, and I want to say that's because Not Today had the third pick. So if they leave the Witch Doctor in, it's pretty much guaranteed that Not Today are going to grab it. They could still go for the Vengeful Spirit. They could still go for the Dazzle. I think the Venge could actually be very good here to get the Death Prophet out of position so that you can bring her down very quickly. But the Witch Doctor is also a fantastic ban because he's a fantastic support for Not Today to have. So with that banned out, Elite Wolves, Not Today, we'll start to see the next couple of picks come out. But I think our guess was the Faceless Void and the, well, no longer Witch Doctor, but Faces could still be very good here. Not Today. We'll grab the Puck, though. Good against the Death Prophet. Very good against the Lion. Just in general, a very good hero.
Is she really that good against Death Prophet? I mean,
Yeah.
as soon as the exorcism is out, you do not really care that much if you're getting silenced.
Well, it's the fact that the Waning Rift stops her from getting the Soul Siphons off if they dive her.
Ah, yeah, okay. That might be a good thing. Yeah, okay, I dig it. I agree with you.
Also, Puck can evade out the Crypt Swarms very easily with Phase Shift. So it's all about, how the laning works out. A lot of burst damage coming out from the Puck, and not a lot of ways to deal with it for the Death Prophet. As Elite Wolves, they'll grab a Disruptor.
All right, I'm really smelling a team fight hero that they need to get, because kinetic field is amazing, but you somewhat need to get a setup for it, or
Yep.
else you're gonna miss it a lot of times.
I still think you're right
So
with the Faceless Void. I think it is going to be that. The Blink in
and
Chronosphere, drop the Static Storm in the Chronosphere for extra damage, and a Kinetic Field to keep him from running away afterwards. I think there's such good synergy with the heroes of Elite Wolves right now if they were to pick up that Chrono.
yeah, and Tidehunter's banned out as well, so we're not gonna see him.
Oh yeah,
So I really dig the faceless void.
I don't really like Tidehunter here anyway. I mean, there's too many ways to stop him when he blinks in and goes for the Ravage. I mean, it's not like Faceless Void is any better, but at least Chronosphere lasts a little bit longer of a period of time.
I guess Tidehunter has the Kraken Shell to be able to cast his Ravage when they burst him down. So that's probably the reason why they banned him out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the getting rid of the silence is really important here too. Today taken a lot of time to think about this pick. I mean, Elite Wolves have already dropped into 11 seconds of their own reserve time too, so they're giving this one plenty of thought. And with Puck, Phoenix, Slardar, a lot so far of utility. They don't have a carry just yet, but I think they want to think about their support right now. And again, the Vengeful Spirit might be good in, especially if Elite Wolves would be picking up a Void, but they'll go for the AA.
Are they AA?
Just a lot of synergy with the damage, the magical damage coming out from Phoenix, damage over time in general, and also really good at aiding with the annihilation of a Death Prophet. But
Yeah, I mean, when the access system goes through turns and you're still hit by the Ice Blast, you're not getting any heals out. And all right, they're going for the Axe. It's a it's a small route that they drafted the small corner, but they're still going for the AoE disable.
Axe is an interesting one. I don't really see anything that he directly counters, but also there's nothing to stop him in lane. I mean, if he is the offlaner here, which I'm almost certain it is, then he just runs at Slardar and Ancient Apparition. And before Slardar's got amplified damage, Ancient Apparition, of course, has nothing at any point in time to deal with the Axe, then there's really no way they can zone him out. Now, I think they might have to think about grabbing that secondary laning support just to be able to keep Axe from running at them and killing them over and over and over and over again. But it looks like not today. They think it's going to be an off-lane Slardar, which I can agree with, putting the Phoenix and Ancient Apparition as two supports and leaving a Spectre to be their one position. If they're still thinking about doing that, they could run really anything as a one position. Maybe we still might see a Sven coming out from this game. Multiple ways to deal with the Axe, though. I think plenty of heroes could be good. Potentially see maybe even a Drow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking together with the puck. I mean, Drow Ranger would be somewhat nice, and of course, when you have Drow in your lane, that Axe not gonna have a fun time, because when he starts to run at you, you just use your frost arrows and yeah, kill him while he's trying to reach you slowly. So
The Anti-Mage is an interesting one. This is, I think, a fantastic hero here. There's nothing to lock him down aside from a Slitherine Crush, which even then is
not
not
enough.
a very good way to lock him down. So, not Anti-Mage should be very good. I think if they grab a Drow, it could be very useful to have because Drow can silence. But yeah, at this point, you don't go for the Drow anymore. You've got to get someone who can carry very well against an Anti-Mage and still be able to put out a lot of damage on everyone else. And I think Chaos Knight's perfect. He operates sort of like a Vengeful Spirit, and then what we were talking about earlier, but also gives you a metric boatload of damage.
The only problem that I have, Elite Wolf's gonna have a ton of AoE damage. They're gonna have the Impale, the Crypt Swarm, Axe Cord. Then mate's gonna buy Battlefield as well, so I don't think those illusions will last for too long.
We'll have to see exactly how fast he's able to tank up because it could definitely last a very long time. I mean, even Axe isn't exactly a counter to that because even though he can call in all the illusions, he'll die very quickly to all the illusions. The minus armor is nothing to scoff at from the critical strikes. So,
Well, he gets plus 40 from Berserker Skull, so it shouldn't be too rough for him.
yeah, but it doesn't really last a whole lot of time either in the early game. So, I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one to watch,
Line
I
just
think.
needs to buy an Aghanim Scepter, and then, Phantasm, bam, everything, all the illusions.
I like this from Jericho. He pops an Icarus dive just to kill these 3 trees, which are very useful for pulling.
Oh yeah, it saves your tanker.
By the way, guys, if you're just joining into this game, we had a very long discussion, so it feels like one long just talk show for this. But we are indeed coming in from the transition to the draft into the game, so I might as well bring it up. Elite Wolves versus Not Today. Game number 2. Not Today having a 1-game advantage, contrary to what the top board says. I'm Chicago Ted. Joining me is Illuminati. We've also got Latrodectus on Dota, straight from the Saint Dev stats, or Standard Deviant stats, I guess would be better to call them. So we're loaded out for the broadcast, full of production value. Phoenix dropping a baby Phoenix in the mid lane. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully you enjoy the game.
Yeah, so what are we gonna see? Probably just a casual rune trade from the mid laners, or maybe Antimates getting the mid rune.
No, they're definitely going to give it to Smash. I don't think you give this rune to Anti-Mage. There's too much benefit for having your mid lane with the bounty rune. I mean, you take a look at that, the courier immediately bringing out a salve for both mid laners because that's how mid gets played nowadays. And now both of them, I mean, neither really dies easily. But
Yeah.
Style's going to have to go up against a tri-mid.
One good thing, Not Today's got the D ward on the mid lane, but they also lost the observer ward that they placed on the top lane. So no, they just placed the observer ward twice in the same location, and yeah, Evolve were like, all right, we're gonna drop the sentry and we're gonna get the ward.
Eagles, they've already sacked their top lane, by the way. You notice Axe is not going into the off lane anymore because of the fact that there are now 2 supports for him. And, like, Jericho, he's trying to find where this Axe is. Looks in for the hard camp by the Ancients, and he doesn't find it. Instead, it's going to be just a straight-up jungling Axe. And unless they make some massive rotations, there's nothing they can do about a jungle Axe. I mean, you're looking at a solo off lane King Tekka. So I imagine because they've got this tri-lane up top, they're just going to leave Ben Haz alone and try to put a little bit more pressure on the other lanes. Because having this tri-lane up here is doing nothing but maybe allowing them to push a fast tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I guess they're just gonna pull a lot with the supports and give them levels that way.
Could be useful, but Evil is just going to get a whole lot out of this jungle. I mean...
Looks like Phoenix accidentally stacked the hard camp with his Icarus dive. And yeah, now X is just gonna walk in, gonna be surprised like, oh, there's a stack. I don't know who made it, but thanks.
I don't think he can take it. I mean, this is a troll and a centaur camp. In fact, yeah, he's probably going to die super quick to this.
No, he's gonna stack it again. He's gonna stack it.
But he won't get it because of the
balls.
way that creeps work.
No. He would have had to drag him downwards, but I guess he wanted to get the rune as well.
I think he would have been better off either killing that tree or, as you said, pulling him the other way. But Ewo's not going to go toe-to-toe with Jericho, who is not going to get a whole lot of experience in this game, but it should be just enough. Still not level 2, so all he's got is Icarus dive. Can't really trade effectively with Ewo right now. Can only escape if things go sour, but with this nearly uncontested tri-lane on the bottom lane, uncontested tri-lane on the top lane, jungling Axe, and a mid lane which is going to be relatively calm, I think. First blood actually might happen in the off lane. King Tekka is going to get brought down. Masoku throwing the last right click at him. Kind of relevant, as last game was also Masoku to get the first blood, I think, and the off lane. So, yeah, Masoku on point with this line.
Yeah, definitely. I just realized that Not Today blocked out their own hard camp with a sentry. So they're actually not able to use it for their polls.
That's unfortunate, because that's a huge source of experience right there, too. It looks like they'll just work with a stacked easy camp for that.
The thing is, you can't even get rid of it early. You have to wait.
Yeah, it's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot right there. I mean, of course, now there's no observer ward, but it doesn't really matter in the lane equilibrium anyway, because, well, there's no one there.
Oh boy. And Evo's they're just happy they're stacking up the hard camp. Support's having a great time.
And I think in this mid lane we've got a clear winner so far. Smash is getting annihilated right now. The Icarus dive in, the movement speed slow. Now a Sunray. He's got a Fairy Fire. He's also got a bottle, and his bottle doesn't get canceled by the Sunray damage, so he's able to take it through, but in comes the Loser Orb, and Leo Style goes in and gets the kill. Oh boy, that's called calling your aggression very well and counting your mana incredibly well as well. So Leo Style with a kill, now Ewo with a double damage. There is going to be a phase shift, but Ewo doing a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he will also die because balanced fire things. But no, that was all Leo Style.
X was just playing too aggressive.
Yep.
Like he knew there were 2 heroes around that, and he still went for the rune.
So what's M-God doing up on the top lane right now? It doesn't seem like he obviously can't reveal himself. If he so much as shows one eyeball, he is deader than a sack of doorknobs, but
I guess he wants to go for surprise play, but he only has a glimpse. He doesn't even have his kinetic field right now. What? Alright, he's gonna TP out. I'm confused.
That's the right play there. Then
I guess you have to be a pro player to understand those sort of moves.
Well, I know like the general gist of it when the game goes late is that you hide in the trees to see if anyone you could potentially kill comes up, or if they show elsewhere so you can continue pushing, but there's no chance that happens at 5 minutes of the game. You know Ben Haz and XD are going to be there. Now an Icarus dive, catching out M-God. Finally, it wasn't exactly how we thought it was going to happen, but he still goes down. in the top lane. I guess looking for experience. That was why he was there, just to get experience out of the lane, but
Oh yeah,
he dies
that
way
that
too
could have
quickly.
been the reason. All right, King Tekka might go down in the bottom lane. He's getting really low, but and there's no more fallout. But any mage dies? Oh, not. All right, he blinks out. Sorry.
I was really surprised when you said that. I was like, wait. How?
Yeah, I saw the blink animation and I was like, is he blinking after him? And so he isn't. Nice dodge from the core at the top room. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is Leo style. He is a fantastic mid lane and scary on the puck, scary on really any hero we saw. Last game, it was playing the Timbersaw, but even though the early game wasn't all that great, he still proved to be one hell of a player as the game progressed. So, important to note, I think, because E-Wolves were a definite favorite coming into this game, but not today. The past couple of matches they've played, not today, have come out either 2-0 or 2-1 against Elite Wolves. So, I mean, I don't think it's really any surprise that they're having already a good series, but this game 2 is starting so damn good for them that it's going to be very tough, I think, for Elite Wolves to make an easy early game comeback. I think they're just going to have to rely on anti-mage farming and hopefully Death Prophet being able to push something.
yeah, the thing is, CK is one of those carries who can
Let's go.
read.
Oh, he's able to TP out of that one. Rift doesn't cancel TP anymore, so they wouldn't have stopped it.
Yeah, but he had a mango, so he could have popped it to get the stun and get the kill. I guess it was just too much trouble for a single support.
Ben has will go drums first. It looks like he's skipping the armlet for now. We'll probably still see him pick it up at some point, but this drums will allow him to move into the jungle and farm the jungle, not to with a decent amount of speed. So first part of the game, 7.5 minutes in.
You kind of need to pick up the drums just so that you have the mana pool to cast all of your spell.
Right.
That's one of the big problems as a CK. Yeah. As soon as he has that, he's just gonna go for the armlet, I guess. I mean, give 65 damage to any strength car, and yeah, the illusions get the full benefit of the damage. That's just so wonderful.
I didn't realize that drum still gives the same amount of intelligence, even though they took out the mantle. All right, or not the mantle. The what do they call it nowadays? All those kids with their funny names. The Robo
Sage's
the Magi.
Mask.
No, the Robo the Magi.
And a Robo of the Magi.
Yeah, as Masoku goes down to the mid lane. Unfortunate for the Lion, but at least he gets to go back to hell.
He definitely did.
So
how's anti-mid?
I mean, what do you think? Death Prophet Smash, he's come back from a severe last hit deficit. Now he's almost on par with Leo style. And, I mean, even though Smash is one death in this game, I mean, he's doing pretty well, considering.
Yeah, I mean, he got the raindrop, and I think that just helped him a lot, sustaining against the Puck Orb.
Yeah, that's really important to have. I think raindrop is one of the more overlooked items of the patch. I see a lot of the time it's saved many heroes from dying, but not really pointed out all that often. It's just so good to have, especially against a magical burst hero like Puck.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that doesn't give aggressive potential, just the saving part. And yeah, when you're like, all right, this hero is surviving more than it should, and don't realize.
Yeah, Ewo. They've got the glimpse back on the King Tekka. The Slithering Crush, though, catches Ewo and Van. And comes a bit of an Icarus dive, but not really doing all that much. The Sunray having a lot more of an impact, and Ewo just gets cleaned up on the bottom lane. This is a very fast early rotation from Benhaz, but he's got nothing left to do in the top lane, so he might as well make plays like this. In the bottom, casts his Phantasm, but it's not like he gets anything major aside from one extra right-clicking unit, so they'll put some pressure on the tier 1 tower bottom. They may even get it for their trouble. But
the last time he used it, he got the extra illusion to push the tower fast.
Yeah.
So I guess
okay, so it's only fair that he doesn't get it now.
Yeah, it is.
Keeping true to that 50-50, I guess.
Well, I think the amount of the sample size is not big enough yet.
Nah, you can call it a 50-50.
And Nahas will just slap you with something
I feel
until.
like Latro's already slapping me.
Alright, good. Good. You deserve it.
So Van is his farm is not that bad. 77 last hits at 10.5 minutes. He's passing Ben Has, and he's well on his way to, I think, a 12-minute Treads Battle Fury. I mean, if he's able to pull that timing off, that would be huge. But I think he needs a kill for it to happen, and maybe we see it up on the top lane.
Yeah, he is level 6, and now they can just jump in. Phoenix doesn't have his egg yet.
3 points in Earth Spike. They need to initiate with the Hex, I think, though. They'll move forward.
They're just
They're
gonna
going
cut
through the
the way
trees, cut the
through.
trees. They got the Hex. Van jumps in. They've got the Earth Spike. They stack it near perfectly, and they get the kill. Van, he's going to be able to pop out a very early Battle Fury now. On the bottom lane, though, a kill in the opposite direction as Ewo goes down again. M-God, once again, is able to TP out right underneath Ben Haz's nose. As this time, there was nothing for him to cast a Chaos Bolt. Not even Tread Switching and a Magic Wand could do it. But
I mean, even though X is 0, 3, and 0, he has almost 2k gold at 11 minutes. So this Blink Dagger is going to be decently timed still.
55 last hits. I mean, he's 4th on the board. He's ahead of his own mid laner, Smash, only at 46. So I guess that makes sense that Ewo got Saddleman on farm. King Tekka, oh man, this would be huge for Van to get the kill. He just needs one more right click, blink forward, gets the kill off. And now Van, just like that, 2,200 gold. Yeah, we might have a 12.5 minute Battle Fury completed for Van. That'd be the fastest one I think I've ever seen, save maybe an Incredible Black replay or something like that.
The thing is, he went for power treads as well, so it's not like it's a complete Battle Fury rush without.
Well,
So
no, that makes it more impressive. Because
Yeah.
a Battle Fury rush without treads, 12 minutes is about standard. So, I mean, we're talking about an extra, what, 1,200 gold on top of that? This is amazing.
That's just
he got-
insane.
he's got the gold. 12 minutes and 25 seconds is when he purchases it up. That's
Well, he
incredible.
has to get it delivered, and of course the courier move into X because his Blink Dagger is more important. Well, it is.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely more important. You got to recur it, though. Okay, he'll go back to base. I'm amazed, but we'll have to see what he's able to do with it, because if you fight straight away, it might not be worth it, as Egg in the mid lane, Ice Blast, not going to connect him to anyone. Masoku in a lot of trouble. Reality rifted back and brought down. It's a 1-for-1 support for a mid. Definitely worth it, but Ewo, he might be secondary. Moves in, but meets King Tekka face to face. And he's going to be smelling like fish for a long time. Glimpse back right in the midst of a static storm as Jericho, he gets brought down. Nothing to
They
escape
have
from
another
that.
reality rift.
It's a 2-for-2.
Go for it.
And that was very worth it for Not Today. I mean, very worth it for E-Wolves. They lose a support, and they lose Ewo, who by all means is a glorified jungler. And they bring down Leo style with Phoenix to boot.
Yeah, and the egg was used as well, so it's gonna be in cooldown for a while. I'm actually surprised that Benchhouse didn't use another reality rift, since it adds 180 bonus damage. That's a ton of damage at this stage of the game, and when you get a lucky crit together with it, you might have been able to blow someone up.
Oh yeah, I mean it's brutal how much damage it's able to do, but yeah, I guess didn't feel like he wanted to pop it out there. As meanwhile, Van still farming, this time up on the top lane. Looks like he'll go in for the very common Vladimir's immediate build after the Battle Fury, but he's feeling pretty safe right now. I mean, he's not wasting any time by doing this. He's already ahead of schedule, so losing one creep for the knowledge that there's no one to potentially come in and stop you from farming, that's very well worth it, and he'll just go right back and continue farming it up. The Roshan looks like it's going to go very early to Not Today, with E-Wolves not even trying to stop it. 2 scans in the bottom.
Ben has taken a lot of damage though.
Yeah, but the
Okay, I
Sunray will
guess
get it right back
Phoenix
up.
Sunray will help. I'm actually surprised that it doesn't damage Roshan, because it's not strong
They
enough
gotta
right now.
move. If Ewo, he might be able to get in a good call on this one. If they can time it correctly, this could be a disaster. But he's got to do it now when he misses it. He still gets a blink in, gets the call, finds Benhaz. He's got an Aegis, but is able to cull him down anyway. Static Storm for when he comes back, but maybe a little bit too off the mark here. They still will be able to grab Leo Style with a glimpse back. Now Smash, they've got the Ice Blast catching everyone aside from M-God. Smash gets smashed to bits as Misoku now, he'll drop to the Ice Blast. M-God, well, Misko will also go down. This time not able to get that TP right out, but Leo Style going down is worth it. They burn the Aegis, that's worth it. But losing everyone, including Ewo, not worth it at all.
Yeah, he tried to TP out, and Phoenix just used the Sunray and killed him while he TP'd.
Easy.
And this was actually a somewhat bad fight for Not Today as well. So Phoenix got hexed during his dive and wasn't able to get out the supernova at all. And he got burst by the finger as well. So he was out of the fight for the whole time.
Yep.
So what game for Evils, I guess.
Oh, what
But I
is
mean,
this?
Anti-Mage is forming.
Why does that creep stay back?
Or sometimes they just body block themselves and then the creep just. Right,
Oh man, that's unfortunate because that was a stack if he had gotten it. Oh well. Maybe they think that it's going to be warded now. That'd be pretty.
That
Pretty
is so
sad.
annoying.
Whatever. They've got a Vladimir's offering now. It's 16 minutes. I mean, talk about ahead of schedule. Van now pushing in for the mid-tier 1 tower. I don't think he can fight just yet. I feel like Manta's going to be that major.
Yeah, against
point.
the Puck you need against the Waning Rift you need the Manta style, and then you'll be completely fine. Yeah, and not today. They don't really have a late game solution for the anti-mage, I guess.
Right.
Except, of course, CK gets really big and crits down the anti-mage in one go.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see them taking out the AM. But even locking the AM down for long enough of a period of time is going to be very hard for them. I think they're going to need some way to hex them, maybe multiple silences, but no one really builds that kind of style as Ben has. Okay, Ewo's already down. Over the top lane, Leo Style now getting hexed up. They've got the Static Storm once again. Van, he's right there. They go in now for the egg. It doesn't last any time at all. Now Van, he just moves forward. He wants to fight, finds an easier target by way of XD. Now he'll move in for that one. 1, 2, needs 2 more hits, but 4-second stun up on the high ground. He can't die here. He needs to blink away now, and he gets it off, but we will pop in. Very greedy, gets the Mana Void out. Reality Rift back. He'll pay for the greed. Gets more gold than he loses, but still very important that he goes down. Misoku now going to get dropped in the top rune spot.
Ben has fight, my friend.
They've got the static field, or kinetic field to lock him in. Now Smash with the exorcism, but he just gets dropped. Ben has. He's way too tanky. He's way too strong. 2k gold off this fight, and now he's going to get another kill. Ewo, he gets him with a call. Maybe they've got enough time. The air spike down. They need a little bit more damage. Okay, well, they finger him. Okay. And comes Leo Style looking for some revenge. Pops in with the orb, the waning rift, but a call in from Ewo. Another one. Leo Style could be going down here, but the fire spirits. Ewo, he just attacks so damn slow, but now the coal. No, the magic stick gets him within enough HP to stop the threshold. And Ewo, he will go down to this one now, as everyone from Ewo is dropping some more than once. Very well worth it for Not Today.
Yeah, what was this fight? 8 for 5 or something like that?
I don't even know.
And it was just heroes
Teamfight
dying
recap
left
didn't
and
catch all
right.
of it.
And this might be Ancient Evolution die as well, since, you're getting changed by that anti-mage.
Oh, who's already back. If he blinks forward, he needs to deny this double damage. Okay, XD gets it off.
Takes
And
it up.
now he's dealing a sizable amount of damage. He has another blink in 1 second, but he's going to get silenced. Waiting rifted. He's dead again. No! You can't let that
Why
happen
not?
if you're an anti-mage. He was so far ahead of schedule, and just like that, he's now behind.
Well, he's still on top of the net worth chart, but he's gonna fall behind really soon. Now he is. So yeah, looks like it's gonna be direct BKB for the CK now. I guess it's fine. They have a ton of disable. But yeah, still Berserker score goes through, and I didn't really see Lion use his mana drain to Phantasm. That's something they really should pay attention to.
Yeah,
Just
Manager
those
and Hex
things
just to
too.
get rid of the illusions. I mean, there are at least 2 illusions, so he can get rid of both of them with just a flick of the wrist and a fling of the wand. So looks like
Yeah.
okay, they will get the stack off this time. So Anti-Mage should be able to get a lot of gold out of that Ancient.
They actually committed 3 sentries to devote that ancient camp.
That wasn't actually warded, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't actually wanted at all.
So unfortunate. I think that's a major bug that needs to be fixed here. Because, I mean, it doesn't exactly change the game, but we're talking about the difference of 200, 300 gold, which can make all the difference pre-20 minutes. For the moment, though, multiple TPs in. They've got the Ice Blast. Will connect onto 2. The Glimmer Cape saving Smash from the initial damage, but there's really no way to get out of this one. He will pop. Now M-God trying to TP out, but they will Yules him up, so he is dead again. And E-Wolves, I mean, they're just dropping like flies at the moment. There's nothing they can really do about this. Now Van could be in a bit of trouble here, farming aggressively, but now that he's not at the top of the board, does he really have the ability to fight up against CK anymore? I mean, it already was a little bit kind of iffy whether or not he'd be able to survive against it, but now there's not a doubt in my mind that Ben has just way too far ahead.
He has to play the follow-up. Axe has to jump in, get the call on the battlefield, cleave illusions, and yeah.
And now King
Kills him that way.
Deca, he'll just move in for the top lane, trying to bring down Van on his own. Not very possible. In fact, it's good that he backed off because Van probably could have just turned and man-fought that one, but for now.
Yeah, CK is hitting the tower right now.
Yeah, and this is a lot. Like, 2 of illusions are already gone. That's exactly what we talked about, but those illusions did a sizable amount of damage to a tower. I mean, that's free damage. That would not have happened otherwise. So, yeah.
And it looks like Ancient Aberration already has a Midas point booster and stuff wizardry, so 2k more gold for her. And that pesky Ice Blast will just keep you, or prevent you from healing for ages.
So now that we're 22 minutes into the game, do you think E-Wolves have much left to out-carry this game, or are you feeling like Not Today are looking a lot better coming into the stretch of the mid-game?
So, I think E-Wolves definitely have the potential to turn it around. The only problem is, though, they didn't have the execution right now. That was just... They couldn't bring it together.
So what is the execution that they need to make that happen?
They need to get the Axe Blink call onto not only a single hero, and then they have to follow it up with the exorcism as well as the kinetic fields. Just drop it on all of them.
Anti-Mage, he's farming the top, but they're walking right into everyone. The call, it'll grab Ben Haz and King Tekka, but a BKB now being revealed. There is going to be a Static Storm smash. He's getting demolished here. Will be caught with Ben Haz, hitting him for a lot of damage, but the egg will drop. Meanwhile, Van is doing a lot of work on the back lines. Masoku trying to bring down XD. He might be able to do it, but no! Slapped face side with a mace. Now Ewo and Van, they're on the run, but the Yule Scepter stopping Ewo from backing away from this one. Okay, maybe he is going to get away. They've got the amplified damage. All they need is one rift, one blink stun. They get it off, and now,
Spins! Oh. Leostar almost went down to the spins, but yeah, he gets out safely. And he has 2.8k gold. What is he going to buy? Is he going to get an Agam Scepter? Is he going to get Sheep Stick? What do you want to see on Puck?
On Puck? Well, I would love to see the Scythe of Ice. I think just have more ways to control the Anti-Mage. He's still... Okay, and he's no longer pre-Mantis style. He gets it around the time that a Mantis should be out. So I think you got to give him a lot of respect for the fact that he has held on to the standard timings. But that's all they are right now. They're standard. They're nowhere near the 4 or 5 minutes ahead of schedule that he was 4 or 5 or 10 minutes ago. So he's got to really continue this pace of staying up and on top of things, because if he lets himself slip again up against Ben Haz, that's game losing. And even right now, Ben Haz is way too far ahead for him. Even though they're the same net worth, a carry with the same net worth as the Anti-Mage is a lot stronger of a carry. He
already picked up the Reaver. That means ton of damage for him, and yeah, potential hard. Do they have the damage to kill him?
Van will bring down Jericho without too much to say against it. King Tekka now getting caught. The Static Storm and the Kinetic Field, but the backlines Ben has is making his move, going in, bringing the cavalry, the flanking line. And I think Van just backs out of that one, but they find, no! They come so close to get so far. So Van will get away from that one alive, even though by all means he probably shouldn't have been able to. And E-Wolves, they hold on still, but this is getting scarier by the moment.
Yeah, tier 2 will drop just to a Phantasm Illusion. They're still up for a few seconds. Or? Huh? It looks like it will survive. Alright.
Yeah, meanwhile, Leo style. Yeah.
Okay, it gets in right.
Oh man, he just got enough mana. Casts his magic wand there, which allowed him to not only get the crush off, but also the amplify damage. But Van will Manta right out of the amplify, so he'll just go in for this tier 2 tower, not really fearing anything. Meanwhile, Ewo in a lot of trouble, Ice Blast out, and he wanted to kill XD, I think, but he runs into a little bit more than he could chew. Gets a sizable damage done to the tier 2 mid, but Van's going to have to back away from this one. They're still chasing. No, he gets greedy and farms, but, well, he'll get all the ancient creeps and now back away because there's nothing more to stop him. Double damage rune, maybe he can turn and fight, but fearing Ben has coming in and stopping him, looks like he'll just go right back and farm.
Yeah, and Puck picks up the ultimate orb, so I guess it's just mentioned so that they can lock down the Animage and finally kill him.
Yep. Yeah, more lockdown for the anti-mage is very important here. I mean, you're able to keep him in place for more than a second or two, then you've got enough time for the starter to follow up, get a Slithering Crush, you've got enough time for the Waning Rift, potentially post Manta style. I mean, things like that are incredibly important when you're dealing with an anti-mage pick, so...
And of course, you can use the Reality Rift to drag him out of the Dream Call and therefore get another stun.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that is an interaction that I wasn't paying attention to, actually. But that is
I
very
always
well...
think about the crazy stuff, my friend.
I'm glad you're here, then. I mean, that's really important to consider. Because that's a sizable stun. I mean, level 3, a Break Coil is 4.5... Oh, that's with the Aghanim Scepter. Is 3 seconds. So maybe even an Aghanim Scepter could be on the list for Leo Style to get eventually.
Yeah, but still, Hex is a 3.5 second duration on its own. And yeah, you don't have to do something cheesy for that. I mean, sometimes you get just unlucky.
Ewo, Ice Blast comes in. He's got to be Blade Nail, but it's not really doing anything against this Mass Illusion spam. Ben he'll stay alive through all of it. Lots of damage. Smash is actually able to bring down Leo Style. Now his BKB will wear low, though, getting recalled back in by Ben and brought down. Once again, though, Van, the only living survivor. Or I guess that's redundant, but... I mean, that's all he can do. What else? Oh, the Crush. Long distance, but he's got so much armor, I don't think he really cares. Even though he's at 17 armor, minus 11 from the Amplify, he doesn't really care.
So Benchas has almost enough money for the Heart of Trust right now, but the career is down, so they won't be able to get it. Oh no, he already has the Heart of Trust.
Because he's got the recipe. Or it has gold.
That means he won't have the hold for at least 2 minutes. That's really good for the side of E-Wolves. Think he would have pushed if he had it.
He could probably just buy it anyway and sell the recipe when the courier comes back. It's not worth it because I don't see them trying to fight anytime in the next 2 minutes, but they think about doing that. For the moment though, yeah. This Chaos Knight is so farmed. It's scary. Anti-Mage will grab an Abyssal Blade, though. I really like this item pickup for him. Gives him a lot of tank with the Vanguard. Gives him that bash chance to maybe try to lock someone like King Tekka down, but it's going to be a while before he can even think about fighting Ben Haz. In fact, I think to fight, not today, they need to keep Smash alive, because that Exorcism is going to be so important to actually do any damage to Ben Haz. Anything else, there's nothing else that they have to be able to kill him right now.
It is, and at least one important thing that's going for him, BKB means you can't cast Reality Rift on him, and that makes it actually somewhat hard for CK to get all the Death Prophet and kill him with physical damage, so...
Well, running about the 30-minute mark. Looks like the Dyer's Courier will be up very soon. King Tekka moves in for Van, but there isn't really much to stop him just yet. Glimmer Cape securing the blink out for now, but I think they could continue moving the Anti-Mage forward right now. They're just worried about the Ben-Haz and Leo style coming out to
Ben-Haz
stop
is
them.
smoked up. I guess they want to fight.
He's got to be careful, though. He's moving to this one alone to start out. If they can get a good initiation onto Ben-Haz and bring him down quickly, I mean, it's hard enough. He's got an Aegis of Mortality, so it's going to be very hard.
Oh,
but he moves in the back.
The Glimmer Cape Disruptor.
Okay, so Ben-Haz is now out of the fight. Jericho gets brought down very quickly, but the Static Storm is down, and now Ben-Haz, he wants to fight, pops his BKB. If they can get away from this one, this is huge. Having that BKB Exorcism up on the high ground, Smash, getting taken down by King Tekka, but still alive throughout all of it. Ben-Haz, he's isolated. He's left alone. They might be able to get him. The Aegis will pop, but this is not good for him. He's going to lose all of his illusions. And, yep, now he's being brought down here. King Tekka getting taken out by some of the bats. Can they get him? They might have enough with the lightning. Yes, they do. King Tekka's down. And now Leo style, he is also very dead. Ben-Haz, the only survivor. That's an ultra kill for Van.
Yeah, this time they got the cult initiation before.
Oh, boy.
That means Ben-Haz just gets low before he casts Phantasm. Pretty squishy. They put a little bit more AoE on top of it. And yeah, as soon as the illusions are dead, the damage is gone.
Yep.
That's a problem with CK.
And even though he's got the Heart of Teresk, I mean, he had just about as much HP with just the Reaver as he does now with the Heart. The only thing the Heart adds is some extra regen. So Van will burn down the mana of Ben-Haz, and now he's on the run. I mean, Ben-Haz can't really chase. He's got enough mana for a Reality Rift, but one blink gets him farther away than a Reality can bring him back. So for the moment, Van solidifying his top of the net worth spot by 7,000 gold. Now spends an awful lot of cash on what I imagine might be a Butterfly starting, but no, it looks like actually he's going to go for the Assault Cuirass. Not something that you see every day on an Anti-Mage, but when you're dealing with a Chaos Knight and a Slardar, this is the kind of thing that you have to think about going for.
Yeah, definitely. The plus armor against the Amplifier, just the Chaos Strike crit. It's making you too squishy as anti-mage. Yeah, you don't want to get bursted because, yeah, then you can't really go into fights, and you have to be manly as the anti-mage. You have to abuse that blink to be able to go deep without caring.
Yep, and I don't think he really cares at all right now. I mean, he's going to move in for a tower. The minus armor is going to make the tower drop even faster than it does before. And even though most of the damage he does right now with illusions is the mana burn, now the illusions do respectable amounts because of the minus armor. So another fight, Ewell moves in, but there's a brilliant BKB from Ben-Haz, still Leo style, dropping very low. They get the Finger of Death, they get him down. It's a gem on the deck, but Van, he's trapped, he's dead. He goes down in the thick of it. Ewell will also drop Smash, trying to recover what's lost in this team fight, but now we've got an Exorcism. Smash will pop the BKB so that they can't recall him back, and Ben has taken quite a bit of damage from this one, but now he's going to start regenerating it right back up, and Smash's BKB doesn't last forever. Now they've got the recall, and Smash, well, he is dead. Van going down there was huge in the fight, and I think that was a trouble where he thought that he could go into the thick of it that time instead of going back and trying to kill supports first. And that was really the end-all for him.
Yeah, the last fight where Anti-Mage got the ult, Phoenix got bursted at the start of the fight, and this time he was able to challenge, get out some fire spirits, then pop the egg, and yeah, just repeat the full combo. And yeah, it was more than enough for them to win the team fight. So, yeah, I guess Phoenix is one of the MVPs here right now, and he might have to get a BKB just to be able to get out of a Static Storm when he gets caught by that again.
Yep. So where are our BKBs run right now? Ben-Haz's is at 5 seconds. That's pretty important that his is down as low as it is, but I think also our Death Prophet's going to drop pretty low too. He's at 7 right now, so things are looking all right for the BKBs on E-Wolves. But Anti-Mage right now, what item do you think he goes for now? I mean, we've already seen him go for the Assault Cuirass. Where is his next item?
On the Anti-Mage, I would really dig a Butterfly, just because CK doesn't really want to get any True Strike, and this will help him a lot against the illusions.
Yeah, I agree with the Butterfly.
Can they catch the Anti-Mage?
Oh, this would be huge. They need a silence, though. 3-second stun. They've also got the Ice Blast in, but AMH will be able to blink himself away from this one. Masoku will drop for saving his Anti-Mage's life. Will also lose the Blink Dagger in the process. Or, sorry, the gem in the process. As Van, still very low. Glimmer Cape out. They've got vision of him, but to keep him alive, they'll lose both supports. And that is a major issue right now with E-Wolves even attempting to defend their high ground. 50 seconds before both of their supports are back up and alive. Only 30 for their Lion, but they need everyone to
will be up
defend.
though, so they have at least that team fight ultimate. But yeah, there's no line to kill Phantasm Illusion. I guess they can just go.
Yep, and now the Lamp Phantasm will move up onto the high ground. Tanking through a lot right now. They go in. The Icarus dive out. King Tekker also the stun onto Ewo, making sure he can't blink forward and try to stop this. There is going to be an egg, and this pretty much secures a free set of Rex. I mean, there's not really much they can do when the Supernova is rolling. Maybe Van wants to try to fight this, but the melee is already down. So no matter what they do from this point, the damage is done permanently. And even though Van... he's still trying to fight. I don't think he really should continue chasing this one. He might still go for it, but if he blinks forward now, he's stunned for 3 seconds. He does it anyway, but they're not going to follow up on it just yet. He'll continue looking. He finds Jericho. He can stop this, and he will with the Abyssal Blade. There's also the Earth Spike, so they get Jericho. 70 seconds, and a gem dropped, so no buyback.
Gem is important.
Yes, gem is very important. A Manta style completed for Ben has in the meantime. Lots more illusions. More so than the Lion can handle himself. Oh boy.
Yeah, and that's also be a problem for him to figure out which one are the hard-hitting illusions.
Well, to be fair, they all hit very hard. So
yeah, but Manta style illusions deal 33% damage, Phantasm deal 100% damage. So that's a little different.
It's a little different, but they still hit hard.
3 times the damage, so it's more than little, right?
I'm pretty sure, though, even with just Mantas, he can probably call in and one-shot Masoku.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, supports won't like it.
All right. So 37 minutes in. Score not today once again, leading by a substantial margin, but not quite as big as it was last game. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that Van's been doing so damn well on this Anti-Mage, but... now it looks like they move forward. They want to make things happen. A smoke up, though. Not today. They're looking to turn this right around and get the initiation out onto E-Wolves. This could be big if they pull out one or two supports.
The smoke.
They move in for Smash. Smash cannot die here. Ben has pop.